And that's why in my Conscious Connection, 5 C's of Conscious Connection, we talk about matching those values together so that you can create long-term relationships, which is really what business is about. We don't want, a one-off thing with someone that then doesn't really vibe with us and doesn't grow our business. We really want to connect with people that we can make long-term connections with, and that it is beneficial for both, and definitely the win-win situation is
Yeah. So can you just run us through what the 5 C's are?
Absolutely. So the first one is becoming conscious. So we want to look at our past patterns in business. Are there things that we've been doing that hasn't created the opportunities or connected us with the right sort of people before? And what are those patterns and how can we break them? We also want to be really conscious of the exact reasons that we want to connect with people and know our avatar really well.
Talking with the experts.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts can be found... No, let me start that again. Sorry,
Right.
You've got me all flustered because you're such a famous person. It's really hard interviewing people that you know. It's easier to interview strangers.
I agree, definitely.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners, and you can find it on all good podcasting streams and on YouTube. And today my guest is Karina Chapman. And Karina is a soul journey adventure author, speaker and facilitator. She's also a thought leader on Conscious Connection and is the author of the Vixen's Secret Handbook series and a contributing author to an upcoming new collaborative book called Undefeated. She runs a 6-week online program called Finding Mr. Right, and has a keynote with the disruptive message of Do Date the Wrong Men, which is the title of her latest book currently in the production stage. Karina is also a leader with the Speakers Tribe in South Australia. Yay! Today, Karina will share with us what the 5 C's of Conscious Connection are and how we can use this to grow our businesses. Welcome, Karina.
Thank you so much, Rose. Lovely to be here.
Oh, thank you for joining me. So tell me a little bit more about Conscious Connection and how it can help businesses.
Absolutely. So a lot of times with business, we actually are consciously connecting, but sometimes not with the right people. And we know we want to find clients. We know we might want to find other people to collaborate business-wise with, but are we connecting with those people that resonate properly with us or not? That's the question. So through using my process of conscious connection, it gives you clarity on who it is that you want to attract and why, and what their actual core values and traits are. Because the closer that you can get to having matching core traits and values, then the better opportunities we have to do business with these people.
Yeah, I do agree. You have to have some sort of, I guess, rapport with the people that you are doing business, whether it's a client or a joint venture or any of those sorts of things. And you need to have, I guess, you need to make that conscious decision that they're the right people for you or person for you in some way, shape or form. And there has to be a win-win situation for both parties, for I think, to work it out. So your thoughts on that?
Absolutely right. And that's why in my Conscious Connection, 5 C's of Conscious Connection, we talk about matching those values together so that you can create long-term relationships, which is really what business is about. We don't want, a one-off thing with someone that then doesn't really vibe with us and doesn't grow our business. We really want to connect with people that we can make long-term connections with, and that it is beneficial for both, and definitely the win-win situation is what
Yeah. So can you just run us through what the 5 C's are?
Absolutely. So the first one is becoming conscious. So we want to look at our past patterns in business. Are there things that we've been doing that hasn't created the opportunities or connected us with the right sort of people before? And what are those patterns and how can we break them? We also want to be really conscious of the exact reasons that we want to connect with people and know our avatar really well. And a lot of businesses do a lot of work on their avatars and getting clear on who it is that they want to draw into their business. And that's a really important part of being conscious around who you want to connect with. So the first one is conscious. The second one is change. We need to change our behavior and change our limiting beliefs around who we can attract to our business and why. Sometimes we think, oh, I've tried this in the past and it hasn't worked, or I've gone to a networking meeting and didn't really connect with anyone and feel like it was a waste of time. So if that is our thought pattern, then that's what we keep attracting. So we need to find those limiting beliefs and figure out what a new belief is that we can change it to that is going to support us instead of sabotaging us. So the third is clarity. So gaining clarity at first on what your core values are, because we need to be clear on that, because we really want to attract other people with the same core values, whether it's customers, clients, joint ventures, business partnerships, anything like that, or other business opportunities. If our core value is honesty, trust, loyalty, integrity, we really want to connect with people that have those same values, because we're more likely to make a long-term connection that's going to be supportive and positive for us all. And then we want to create that list of exactly what it is that we're looking for. So physically create a list is number 4 on what are the traits, what are their interests even, where would they hang out, where might you be able to connect with them, and really go outside the box. Don't just think networking opportunities. You know, if your avatar happens to be a woman over 30 who enjoys basketball, are you connecting with basketball clubs? Is there another way that you could maybe organise a joint venture with clubs to increase both, of the win-win situation? So that's number 4. And number 5 is courage. Because whenever we're doing something different, we need a bit of courage to take that risk. And stepping out of our comfort zone can be a bit scary. So connecting with new people that could be, great opportunities can sometimes hinder us from moving forward because we let that fear take over us. So it's good to know that being courageous is actually a behaviour. And the more that we practice the behaviour of courage, then we're more able to take small risks to step forward and have a good result. And by doing that, our self-confidence grows as long as, we're sort of getting those good little feedbacks and good connections. We realise that actually this is possible. We can do this. We can attract new people that are going to support our business and even be a spokesperson for it and a champion, because that's the sort of customers that we want. And that's the sort of joint ventures that we want to create as well. Something that will support everybody and benefit everybody. And that's what Conscious Connection's about.
Wow. That's really good, and I think it's probably something that we should be practicing in our personal lives as well, not just in our business life. So, joint ventures, as you mentioned, aren't necessarily a joint venture as in, you get into partnership with another business as far as, financially, but a joint venture could be just you're through networking and you decide that you want to do something together, but not necessarily a paid venture. Is that what you're trying to say?
Absolutely. So, for example, one of the conscious connections that I recently made were a couple of ladies, one in the UK and one in Italy, and they both run a spiritual retreat place in Italy called Abruzzo Borgo, and it looks like an absolutely amazing place. And one day I can envision myself holding retreats there. So I've consciously connected with these lovely ladies, and through that, they called out for people to be interviewed around the law of attraction. I put my hand up, got an interview, and then from there, they said, "Oh, we really enjoyed chatting. Would you be interested in talking about the energy of places that you find and how they feel?" "Sure. Yep, that's great." So then we did another session on that. And then just on the weekend, I've been contacted with them telling me that they have a spiritual love summit coming up at the end of February. And they realised that I have a book around dating and that I run courses called Finding Mr. Right. So they've now asked me to be a speaker for that event. So through consciously connecting and keeping that up between us, I've now got new opportunities to meet new people as well as get my message out and my business out. So I get to talk for 20 minutes about what I love to talk about. I get 5 minutes of selling my programs, and I also get to offer something extra special for all of the attendees. So that is going to increase my ability to connect with people around the world. So although we're not looking at money being exchanged, the opportunity for both of us is a win-win situation, and that's what we're looking for.
Absolutely, and congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we haven't spoken like for ages and ages, and I know you've been very busy with your books and Speakers Tribe and all sorts of other things. So yeah, that's awesome news. So I guess we might move this on the conscious connection to a more personal level.
Oh.
How can people, I guess, as business owners and on a personal level, put those two things together?
Absolutely. To be honest, Rose, they're one and the same, because this way of connecting can be used for romantic connections, friendship connections, and business connections. And the same principles apply. And that's the amazing thing about it. You know, if we're looking at relationships, we do want to have, conscious connection with people that are our kind of people, our tribe. Where we think similarly, we have the same interests, and we have the same core values, especially around friendships or relationships. Because anything that isn't matching, eventually the friendship or relationship will drop off. And that is whether we're in personal relationships or in business. So through my Finding Mr. Right course, that is an online course for 6 weeks, I'm targeting women at the moment over 35 who want to consciously connect with someone and don't want to repeat the past. Because a lot of times we keep going for the same type of friends or the same type of relationships and have the same pattern happen. That isn't always what we want. So it really is about being conscious of your core values first, and then being aware that that's what you need to find in other people. And by writing out a list, because words are powerful, if we actually write things down rather than, say, type them into the computer, then we're putting more energy into that to put out to the universe what it is that we're looking to attract. If we're not specific enough, we may still attract someone that matches those qualities, but they're missing other things. So, for example, if we are looking for a relationship in a romantic sense, then if our top thing is being trustworthy and we forget that off the list, we might get all these other things, but have someone that cheats on us. So that's why we really want to make sure that we're clear and have a comprehensive list of traits, interests, and values that are important to us.
Yeah.
So
how can a business leader, manager, supervisor bring this concept into their workplace?
Absolutely. There would be quite a few ways. I would think the first thing is having a meeting with others that, are wanting to grow the business, if it's a bigger business, or if it's just yourself. It's good to find somebody else in the business world that you can bounce ideas off of, because gaining that consciousness first on who it is that you want to attract, what are the traits that they have, and why is it that we're wanting to attract, what do we want to get out of this in the end. Once you're clear on that, you can write down all of your ideas, and that gives you an idea on what you need to change for the future moving forward. So in the past, if you'd gone to one networking event each year, then maybe you need to do it each month or each quarter. And perhaps the networking meetings that you've been going to don't have your target market there and the type of people that you're looking for. So we'll do some research then on what are other networking events that might be around that do have those that attend that you could connect with. So it's changing those thought patterns around, changing your limiting beliefs. What are our new beliefs? We can attract the right sort of people into our business easily and have a great long-term relationship together. And that's what we want to think about. Instead of it's really hard to attract the right people to my business. Because if that's what I'm saying, then that's what comes back. If I think it's really hard, it will be really hard. If I think it's really easy to attract great quality people that are going to love my message and love my product, then that's what can happen. But once we've got clarity on what that is, then we can start moving forward and change. Once I've done that, it's about creating an action plan. Create a plan of what you want for the future. How will you connect with these people? Are you going to physically look for groups on social media that might be talking around, your same type of subject or product or has a need for your product? So by consciously connecting to them and having that in a business plan, then you can keep growing your connections in a consistent way, which is what we all want to do for business.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes. I've found that this year, just this year, I've grown my network of people quite a lot compared to this time last year. So it's been quite good because I've been consciously connecting to people. I've been getting out of my comfort zone and going and seeking these people out. So it is beneficial to do this conscious connecting. I do believe that.
Absolutely. And without that, you miss a lot of opportunities that could be perfect for you.
Yes.
For example, I also am a member of Source Bottle, which is SOURCE. And they send out probably more than once a week a list of things that media are looking for. So I consciously look at that to see whether there's anything that fits in my business that I could help share, and it would be a win-win situation for both. So sometimes you get a response, sometimes you don't. But it's always worth taking that risk and going out of your comfort zone because you just never know what might happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to go and speak on an international summit in March. So it's a women's only summit, and so I was really excited. I actually spoke to the leader of the movement today, and yes, I'm going to be telling my story on her stage. So yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so because I reached out to her, so I was really chuffed that that she accepted me, and so there we go.
Well, that's a perfect example, isn't it, of conscious connection,
Yeah.
And it can take you in all sorts of directions that you maybe had not even been able to imagine for yourself. And that's the exciting thing of it. It brings back the excitement and the anticipation of, wow, what's going to happen next? Who am I going to connect with next that, I can grow with and learn something from or share something with?
Yep.
So it makes it a lot more exciting and I think really fires up your enthusiasm for your business a lot more.
I think it does too. So, Karina, where can they find all your courses and your books and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can connect with me on my website, which is karinachapman.com. Or if you are a woman over 30 and you're looking for more knowledge about yourself and perhaps to find a person to have a relationship with eventually, you can join my Vixens of Light Facebook group or also connect with me on LinkedIn under Karina Chapman.
All right. Karina, thank you so much for your time today. I so much appreciated you sharing your wisdom with us. And just before we go, do you have any wise words for our listeners?
Absolutely. I have a favourite quote that I would love to share with you. And it's by Viktor Frankl, who says, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, I agree with you, and I agree with the quote. It's very true. We have to keep improving ourselves all through life, otherwise life becomes a total bore.
Exactly, that's right.
All right. Well, it was lovely just to talk to you again. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me, Rose.